Club Talk. Jay Brody. Yeah, baby, it's that Club Talk. Yeah, baby, it's that Club Talk. You're now listening to that Club Talk. And now, your host, Jay Brody. 1, 2, 1, 2, ha!
Hey, all right. Interview number 2. Y'all seen AM the Queen, aka Miss James. Now I moved down to another part of sound in Cleveland. We are on the east side. East side. Got a special guest in the building. Well, I'm in his building actually. I got Royel Urban, aka Royel, which he just informed me he just goes by Royel now. So many name changes, so much we need to talk about. So we're gonna have a good podcast today. How are you, sir? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Feeling great.
It's cold outside and it's like freaking 11 o'clock in the morning because Jerome drives slow in the Camaro. You know
I will admit I was late due to weather conditions. I say
we'll blame it on weather conditions.
Weather conditions. All right. Thank you. All right. What I want to do, I want to start from the beginning with your love of music. Where did that start for you? Because you come from somewhat of a music royalty background. Yeah. Can you talk about that a little bit? Royalty. You showed me some of the lovely pictures of people that you're connected with in the studio that we're at.
Yeah. So I guess to begin, probably like my biggest contributor to music is just kind of like you said, like in my family. So like Joe Levert, that's my cousin.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And my father, he was like, well, that's a whole nother situation. When I say my father, like maybe we can do that on another podcast. But anyway, the man who's suspected as my biological father, I'll say that. Basically, he was a real big artist in the area. They had a group called Scott and Raven. I was actually born at one of his concerts. Well, not literally born, but my mother went into some contractions and they had to rush her to the hospital.
At the concert?
At the concert. Yeah, wow. Because he was wilding out like catching panties and stuff like that. My mom was bugging out. That's a true story.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's kind of like my first experience with music, I guess, is kind of through him. Mm-hmm. Other than that, like it was just always around the household. And it was more of a fun thing. Like I just loved to genuinely do it growing up, but it started to become more like a actual like a therapeutic release. Like it was a kind of a getaway from anything I was dealing with or anything that was going on, like any chaos that was going in the house. It was like the one way I could kind of like be at peace was through music, eerily.
So it was kind of like escape for you.
Yeah. I guess it's the simple way to explain it. Just more of an escape, like. So, yeah, it's probably the best way to explain it. Just an escape. It's still an escape today, to be honest with you.
But yeah, I wanted to go back to you mentioned that your mother went into contractions with you at
the concert.
At the concert.
Yeah.
Now, when did they tell you this? When you got older?
Yeah, my mother.
How did you find that out?
My mother, like. It's kind of a weird relationship. Like my mother is like I'm like a star in my mother's eyes. So like I've always been that. Like, and that's why I love my mother so much. Like to her, like no matter what the world thought, to her, she was like, man, this kid, he's something. He's gonna be something. Mm-hmm. And like you couldn't tell her, even to this day, you couldn't tell her nothing no different. And part of that, it's a deeper story behind it. It's not just really just, oh, that's my mother. Like, mothers think all their kids. It's kind of deeper than that. Yeah. Just because, like, basically the stuff that was happening during the time that my mother was pregnant in between my dad. So I guess I'll dive into it. I don't want to get too much detail out of respect for them, but my father, he was on drugs. So him and my mother were going through some really, really tough times at the time, and my mother wasn't really sure if I was actually going to survive. And I, like, when a lot of women be going through, you know, if they're pregnant, it's like, I forgot what they call it, but it's like a real deep emotional state, some postpartum, or I don't know, something like that.
Oh, postpartum.
Yeah, it's something like that. Whatever. So my mother, she was kind of dealing with that real bad. So she was actually, like, she was trying to have a miscarriage. You know what I'm saying?
Purposely?
To be totally honest.
Man.
So it wasn't like she wasn't gonna do an abortion, but she was just, and I'm talking about it just to more deal, because it's a real thing. Like, it does happen with women, and I know a lot of women, you know, they go through some stuff. And a lot of dudes be putting women through some foul shit, especially back then during that era, because that was like the drug era. It was just a lot. It was a whole lot going on. My dad was selling drugs too, so like it was just a real rough time. And my mother did not want to raise a kid in that situation. So for her, it was just like, she was like drinking, like she was literally doing stuff to try to like lose the baby.
Which is you.
Yeah. So this is stuff now that I'm a little older, she's a lot more open to tell me these things. So
did that make you like upset when you first heard these
of
things?
course.
Like, were you
I had no
angry?
more emotions. Yeah, like I was a little it's other stories too, like I said, like it's stuff that got me upset, man. But it's eerily though, it's instead of making me mad, it crazily, it made me more of a man. It made me, like, it sounds crazy, but it made me be more lenient with women. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really. It made me realize how fragile they are. And growing up, my mother was always so tough. My grandmother was always so tough. All these women that I grew up around with was like tough people. So I never looked at them as like fragile. And when I got older and I was like a man, and like kind of the roles reversed a little bit, it's like I realized how fragile my mother actually was. And it helped me realize how fragile women are in general. And it made me, you know, realize how important the man is as a foundation for the situation with a female, even though a lot of women might not really admit that. But I just firsthand, I realize it, like, they're just fragile. You really gotta, we have to realize that when we deal with women, the stuff we put them through, you know what I'm saying? And we have to be a lot more stronger emotionally and just to be there for them while they're dealing with their situations. So anyway, to make a long story short, too late already, but
hey, we got all day, man. Or at least I do.
Basically, yeah, that's kind of, so when I came out, when my mother had me, after all that chaos, I was like perfect. Like there's like there's an actual test that they give to women when they have the baby, and I forgot what it checks, everything with the baby. And I came out perfect. Like everything was perfect. Not like looks or not like that. I mean, like the scale, whatever they do.
To measure the baby's health.
Yeah, all that stuff. I came out perfect.
Wow.
So for her, it was like a really like, damn, how did you make it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you get through all of that? You supposed to be here. So for her, that's what I mean. It's deeper than just.
Yeah, this is me
and my son. Like for her, it's like, you know, imagine, the best way I can explain it is like, imagine like, this is probably a terrible example, but like imagine like trying to beat somebody up or something like that, trying to like
just pummel someone,
you know what I'm saying,
finish them,
and then they get up and they're perfectly fine. You're like, dang, you made it through that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like
no scratches, no nothing.
Yeah, no scratches. So it's like, for her, it's like,
wow,
it's like, you supposed to be here. So that's the way she looks at it. And since a child, like, I just been excelling at everything. Like anything you kind of put me, I've been excelling and been driven, and my mother sees it. So it's like for her, it's like I don't know who this kid is or where he came from, but like,
man, that's an amazing.
He's an alien.
How do you look at it though? Do you see yourself as like somewhat of a miracle baby? Like when you look at yourself, like I'm that baby. I was that. You know, how do you look at it?
As I get older and people get more honest with me, or more open, I start to think a little deeper like that. Before I was just like. It's ironic, before I started to learn those things, it used to be a negative emotion. I used to be more like, damn, why me? Like, why the fuck is all my life chaos? You know what I'm saying? Like, this friend, I think at the time, I'm like, this friend has a perfect household. He got mommy and daddy at home. Like, everything is perfect. He's not being moved all around the city. Mm-hmm. Like, all that. I wish I could be like that. How come I don't have that? And as I got older and start to hear more truth and more about what was going on in the situation, I started to look at it more as a positive. Like, okay, I'm a strong ass dude. I come from strong people, and we are able to make it through. Yeah. So this is all not by coincidence. So I wouldn't say miracle,
miracle child,
but I would just say like I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of all of us. I'm proud of my mom. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, nobody would see that aspect when you growing up. You know what I'm saying? But me and the people in my direct household, my big brother, me, my mom. So I seen the transition from where we were to where we at now. So I'm just proud of everybody.
Man, this sounds like this needs a documentary, huh?
I guess. Whatever.
If it comes, it comes. I want to stay on your early days when you were developing into your music talent. Mm-hmm. When did you realize you had a gift with music? Well, did you have a specific moment, something you heard, or you realized you had a talent with it?
So talent, I think, is something that has to be developed. But I would say very early on, I just loved it. Like, it was like you couldn't break me away from it.
Are we talking about what you're hearing all types
everything,
of music?
like just seeing people perform, like.
And you were around it early.
I was around it early, you know what I'm saying. But I can't put words to it. But the feeling it gave me, the feeling it still gives me, is like, it's scary to me sometimes, because it's like it takes me to a different place. Like, even when I perform, like I'm gone, I'm not there.
Black out.
Yeah, it's just like I'm crying out. Like, people don't realize it, they just see somebody up there performing, but it's something deeper going on up there. But like for me, it's just like it's the purest form to me of a person. Sometimes people express themselves different ways. LeBron James, he might express himself playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? Everybody expresses themselves different ways. For me, I never really been good at words. I always sucked at like
is that right?
Talking. I was always quiet.
Okay.
So non-verbally, I was able to just put out how I feel through sound, through music. Mm-hmm. And as I got older, and through critiquing myself and through watching other people, I just started to develop that craft, we'll say. So I've always had the love at a very young age. I still have that same love today as I had then, but I'm a better artist than I was back then, just because it's working on my craft, just being in the gym.
Right. Do you remember the first rhyme you wrote?
Oh, damn, that's a good question.
And if so, recite it for us, please.
I don't remember it. So there was a group in Cleveland that I'm sure everybody knows, like Bone Thugs.
Of course.
And
icons.
I had a friend, me and my friend, we was a group. Like we was gonna be Bone Thugs or whatever. So I remember writing raps with him. But actually before that, I was singing. I was trying to write, like, because that's all I saw was my dad singing. I saw everybody singing. So I was trying to be a singer in a singing group. or whatever. I'm like, I'm light skinned. Ain't nobody gonna take me serious as a rapper.
Because you're light skinned?
Just making jokes.
Okay.
But back then, so I was just writing, like, singing songs. I can't remember what it was. It probably was terrible. But we just had a little group. Everybody in that area, like, was a group. You know what I'm saying?
They had their little
clique. They were trying to be rappers. Because Bone, everybody was trying to be the next Bone or something like that. But I was like one of the kids that I stuck with it. Like, I was serious about it. Like,
you took it seriously.
Yeah, like,
they just messing around. It's something fun to do.
Yeah, it grew past something just fun to do. You know what I'm saying?
You're actually trying to get better and better.
Yeah.
And see if you could top the last thing you wrote or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, as you get to the next level, when did you realize, okay, I got something. I may have something here with this music.
Performance.
The performance.
Yeah.
School talent show, maybe something like that.
Let me see if I can pinpoint an actual day. If I had to take it to this purest state, like a very beginning state, was probably when I was like trying to sing to girls. Like, when I got good responses from girls, like in like 6th grade or something like that. I was singing like different songs that I heard on the radio, and girls was actually like liking it.
And you like that?
Yeah, so I like the feeling. It wasn't a bad, it was a good feeling that I got good response. So like, if it'd be different, they was like, you know what I'm saying? Then it'd be like, okay, maybe this ain't my route. But
so it was the woman.
Yeah, you know, it's probably always been the women. That's funny you said that.
For you.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that mostly, I guess now and currently, your fan base is majority female, woman?
I would say majority. Maybe, I don't know. Like, it's mixed, man, because I do so much different type of music.
Yeah.
I hate to even admit this, man.
Oh, exclusive we about to get?
Yeah, man.
Let's hear it.
Like, I do like I do like the seductive piece of it when it comes to women. Like, it's like the ultimate form of confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm either I'm on stage or like I'm in my element in terms of the music, because I know I'm doing something that everybody can't do. And like, if I get a girl in a vulnerable state, usually I'm able to pull her to a vulnerable state with my music. And I realize the power in that, and yeah, I do take advantage of it sometimes.
Well, I hope you're ready for all the comments that's going to come under this. You're about to lose a lot of followers.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's all the honesty, so
oh man, but it takes a man to admit that.
I just can't believe I just did that right now. But
you know that you're so good at something, you use it to your advantage.
Yeah, when I say good, like. Yeah, I mean, it's not always, whatever. It's not, I wouldn't even say that, it's not that I'm so good, even though, I mean, I'm good at what I do. It's just more that I'm fully aware of what's happening, like, and I'm, like, it was some situation, like it was a girl, I was at a club or something like that, and I was just singing to her or whatever, and she was like, she was like a little girl, like the girl wasn't a little girl, but she went to like a little girl state, like,
oh, okay,
you know what I'm saying, like, and I
melted.
knew it. Yeah, she melted a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and that
you noticed that,
and I noticed it, yeah. So it's like, I'm gonna keep doing it, you know what I'm saying, like.
Is it? When you're doing that, right, is it a chase to see how far you can get them to that point?
See, that's the funny part. Most people would think that's what it is, but nah, it's like,
you just like
I like it. Like,
to get them to that point.
I like people in vulnerable states. That's the secret behind the music.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, like I just like when we're all vulnerable. And I think sometimes music is one of the greatest channels to get you vulnerable, all of us. And when you say what you say about girls, I'm also that way when it comes to being vulnerable about like all my music. When I'm rapping, when I'm talking to you about something serious, I want you in your most vulnerable state, and I want to pull you to that because I'm doing that through my music because it's therapy for me, but I also know it's gonna be therapy for you. So I like that. I like people in that state.
Right. I got you. So for you, music is the most, I guess, material or tool for you to get people in that state.
Yeah, man, because I realize a lot of people wear masks, man.
Truth be told, and you use your vehicle, which is music, to shatter those masks.
Yeah, that's an excellent way. I'm gonna steal that.
Take it. It's yours. You can have it. And also, as I'm listening to you explain how you use your music to affect people, not only yourself, but the people who listen to your music, it almost sounds as it comes out of you like a spiritual connection. And man, am I on to something?
I try not to use the word spirit because that's deep for me, but it is spiritual. Yeah,
it sounds like as you explain, like man, this sounds more than just music to these guys.
It is. It's so much bigger than
like, oh, let me just make a cool song. And
it's so much
people
deeper.
Vibe to it.
It's so much deeper. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I could go wherever.
Yeah, but
it is. It's like it's spiritual.
That's the core of it. For you. Okay. All right. Well, let's do this. We'll take a quick break. Come back on Cloth Talk Podcast. Royel, don't say urban. We'll be right back.
Cash moves everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, yo. Cash moves everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar.
I'm from a place where every day you face with your survival. Youngins wildin' grandmas preaching, trying to teach them about the Bible. Place where youngins hooping, shooting a riot when they time is idle. We're throwing up your sentence like Russian roulette with a loaded rifle. Well, Brenda had a baby daddy don't buy diapers. Place where Brenda's baby boy most likely gon' repeat the cycle. Place where baby mama's crying, screaming, yo, he look just like you. We creeping on her with a friend and wonder why these hoes so spiteful. I'm from a city where your closest nigga help indict you. Fuck your girl while you in jail and pick your son up from high school. Helicopter shining light on blocks at night until they sight you. I'm from where niggas shoot and dice it up the pipe before they fight you. Shots pop, everybody run. Get the whole park out, lead them got a gun. Nigga, don't think twice, better run for your life. See the red and blue lights, see the vice, see they come with their guns out. When they run up in your mom's house, give a fuck if you sleep, my nigga. If it's beat, 50 niggas deep coming down the street. Run up in your crib, snatch you watch your sheets. Schools in a state of emergency, don't learn the youngest. They just tryna learn to serve the fiend just so they can cop Balenciaga. Drop some 26s on the Monty seat. Puerto Ricans on the west, niggas on the east, waiting on the bus. Snatch you watch your seats, nose ass, screaming EC. Young St. Clair, HBD, them Kinsman niggas, them Valley niggas, them Project, leave you in the alley niggas, talking 2/3. First block, big ol' ass in them first lots. Shorty get a whip and she give it top. Summertime, I'ma let the top drop. Tryna hold it down, coming for your spot. We gon' keep it locked till the earth stop, nigga.
Cash moves everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, yo. Cash moves everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar.
I'm from a city where even in the suburbs you'll get shot. Where if your house is nice, you still got Section 8 right up the block. From a place where everybody own a shirt that reads R.I.P. We on first 48 enough for us to make a DVD. Every day somebody, mama, cousin crying up on Channel 3 cause they found a daughter, son, cousin, body somewhere in NEC. From a city where niggas banging, talking Bloods and Crips. Talking project niggas, heartless fellas, dumping hollow tips. Where niggas run up in the barber shop and empty 30 clips. Run a corner, see him shoot his brother so he wouldn't snitch. That nigga only 15 and out here jugging for that mugger. Where them prostitutes gon' suck you off to get that booger sugar. We from the city where niggas break laws. Run up on you with a strap when you parked in your car where he ain't seen nothing. Crimes never get solved when you better off just not getting involved. When niggas is either hooping, rapping, or jacking niggas for they sneakers. Creeping up in your house or with your spouse. I bet the movie be the West. So many niggas lose they life. Niggas like Kim Ballin' to me right. When they gun you down, put the cuffs on you before they even reach your rights. Shout out to them heist niggas in Maple niggas, them baffin' niggas, them shaking niggas, them hub boys tryna make it, nigga. My dub niggas tryna take it, nigga. When charter school was your only hope and your city council was a fucking joke. Never blind the street walking through the snow and still got the nerve to ask you to vote. Little nigga learn to count to 8 the coke before you learn 8 minus 4 is 4. Nigga stay tipping up Irish frozen. Getting money is all we know. The land.
All right, welcome back, Cloth Talk Podcast. Royel,
What's up?
Cleveland, Ohio, East Side specifically.
Yeah.
I forgot when we started the podcast. I gotta give you credit for the intro.
I want my royalties. No.
For those that
cat member.
for those that listen to the podcast and those who say great things about the intro, man, I appreciate it a lot. You got this guy to thank. He put it all together. He did the vocals, helped me out with it. So I just want to thank you on record for that. If no one's ever thanked you, thank you for that intro.
No problem, sir.
You did it pretty quick too.
Anytime.
It didn't take you long at all. You work very fast, sir. Good work ethic.
Yeah.
All right. I want to talk about your creative process. As far as how do you go into creating your music? Is it the idea you get? Do you hear a beat first? Do you write first? How does your creative process work for you?
So I always lock myself away. Like I got ADHD or something, bro. Like I cannot be around people when I write. Like I have to be locked alone, secluded by myself. Cause I'll be thinking too much about what's going on, or I'll be sitting there like trying to impress. I won't be lost in the beat like I need to be. So that's first and foremost. Okay. Secondly, it depends. Like if I'm trying to make like a punchliney song or something like that,
Yeah.
I might just be sitting there watching TV and like a punchline will come in my head, and I'll just jot it in my phone, and I might do that. A lot of times, it's not really a song. It's just punchlines, like a punchline. Okay, da 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 da. That's cool. I'm watching TV, like the mirror, something blah blah blah, like mirror. Okay, whatever. And it's like if I'm writing a song, I might go in my archive of punchlines. Oh, that fits, and I might drop it.
Really?
if it's that type of song.
So in your phone, you literally have maybe a list of just lines.
Yeah, just list of lines or something like that. So
what percentage of them do you use? Some of them just sit there, or
some might just sit there, might never get used. You know what I'm saying? That's actually like how a lot of battle rappers put together that stuff. So I guess I kind of steal that technique from them. But other than that, usually if I'm trying to make a song and I'm not too concerned about like bars or whatever, and I'm really just trying to make a good song, what I'll always do, I shouldn't be giving you my secrets, man. I gotta pay for this, man.
All the hungry artists out there, they waiting. Give it to us.
So what I do is I'll get a beat. I have a split second of me hearing the beat for the first time in being able to make a song. This shit sounds so weird, I know. If I hear that beat over and over again and didn't write down an idea, it'll be gone. It'll be gone.
How?
Like it won't be no like
what?
In order to make the best possible, I'll always go off the first melody that pops in my head when I hear a song. If I don't take that and record it on my phone or do something, it's gone. Like and the beat will just be, because I'll start to listen to the beat so much that I'm just listening, like it, whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to like the beat so much, and I'll be thinking about the beat and not really what I'm adding to it. It's weird, but it's so true. So because of that, if I hear a beat, like I'll just instantly grab my phone and I'll start mumbling the melody or whatever I'm hearing, the hook, the chorus, everything.
Now, does that fairly come quickly? The melody,
that
chorus?
Comes quick.
As soon as you hear it,
quick.
It's in your head.
Yeah, like if you put a beat on and I really like the beat, that melody, like it's,
you got ideas instantly.
Yeah, that's already, the melody to me is the most important part.
So that melody drives you
for a song. Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody doesn't feel like that. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like the lyrics are extremely important. Don't get me wrong, But for me, I feel like your music hits your subconscious before it hits anything else. So I'm channeling, or I'm grabbing my subconscious. You probably never knew all this weird crap about me. This is funny.
Right.
But
It's a new story. Continue. This is good stuff.
So my subconscious, that's what I have to listen to first before I listen to anything else. Because your self-conscious, a person's self-conscious, they have no control over it. Like if you see a badass chick or a fat ass, you yourself could control if you look away, but your subconscious is not gonna lie. It's like, damn, that bitch is bad as shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna force you to
It's
look.
going to, you know what I'm saying? So that's the part that I naturally try to hit, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to music, because that part's undeniable. You can't hate on that. Like, if it sounds good, if it hits you a certain way, you might hate on the lyrics after you dissect them or whatever, but that initial,
It's going to move you.
I'm moving, you know what I'm saying? I like this feels good. That's what I'm trying to hit first. So I have to listen to my subconscious and what my subconscious is doing when I hear that beat. So if I hear a beat like that, I'm just
Instantly, just like that.
Yeah. And I'll put it down. I might go in the booth. So I have my actual studio I go to, and I have my home studio. My home studio, I'll put down melodies all the time. So I might just record everything with no words, just mumbles and whatever. It's probably a technical term for it that I don't know, but whatever.
Gibberish?
Yeah, gibberish, whatever. So I'll do that. And then I'll sit down and put some lyrics to the mumbles or whatever. Then I'll go drop the actual song.
Now, how long does it take to get to the writing process of it? You got the melody and everything, and you hear the concept. Now it's time to get to the writing. How long does that process come along after you decided, okay, this is where I want to go?
How long does it take to get to the writing?
Yeah, the actual sitting down, penning it.
Nah, not long.
Is it right after the other? You hear the melody, bang, bang.
It's if I got time, if I ain't doing nothing, it's right then.
You can write.
I'll jump right into it. Yeah.
Like write the whole song.
I try not to come back on songs.
So you try to.
I try because inspiration
That's hard,
is
ain't it? That seems tough, man.
The
whole record.
It's tougher for me to come back because that spark might be gone.
So while it's fresh and hot, you want to get it out.
Yeah, I need to be excited. Like if I'm excited, if you play a beat for me and I'm excited,
you going in.
I need to do it right then because I need to grasp that all of that needs to go into that song.
Yeah.
And if I come back later on, I might not be. It might be. It might be boring to me. It might be a rerun. Like I've heard it too many times, so it's like it's no longer.
What's the longest you ever worked on one record? One song. What's the longest?
I mean, if
months.
I still got songs that ain't
unfinished.
So, and they probably won't ever get finished until I'm in that mode of something draws me back to that song. There's been songs that I've done that became great songs that I've come back to, but it's rare.
It's rare. So you got a whole bunch of unfinished stuff that's in your hard drive.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of artists got a lot of unfinished stuff that's sitting around. I try not to do that no more because a wasted idea is like.
I'm gonna say that sounds like such a waste. Like you had this idea, you started it, and then it just sits there.
There's definitely songs that I probably don't ever plan to release, that I had to get out just to do it. I just needed to get it out and do something over the beat. I might give that song to somebody or sell it later on or something. I don't know. I definitely got some of those. Yeah.
Have you mentioned that you like to work in your own space, your own environment. You got to be locked away from the outside world.
Right.
You, the music, your pen and your pad.
Right.
Creating. Now, when it comes to you collaborating, is that a difficult process for you? Because now you got to include. It's a collaborative effort. It's you. It's a producer. It's another artist.
Yeah, I'll be totally honest. I'm very controlling
when it comes to collaboration. Oh man,
it's. I used a strong word on purpose. It's not as bad as it sounds. Basically, man, like
so you're hard to work with.
Nah. I'm the guy that you like. Oh, let's work on a song together, and you're like. I'm like, okay, and your expectation is that we're gonna spend a day in the studio. We're gonna work on this song. I'm the guy that as soon as you said we should collaborate, you're gonna check your email. You're gonna have 5 songs with a spot for you already ready, pre-designed.
That's how you work.
Yeah. So it's like that. To be honest, that hasn't been a negative for me. Most people are like, "Oh, damn. Okay, well,
let's work." They
usually like what they hear, so it's like it's less work for them. But it's not always, it's not completely collaborative, obviously, but it's wrong, man. But I be feeling like, man, like I just like to.
You want to have control over the session, the record.
No, not
how
even
it
control.
sounds.
It's just, man, it's like I don't.
You want to manage it.
I don't trust people's creativity.
You about to make a lot of people upset, man.
It's the truth. Like
you gonna make first. You already upset the women.
No, come on, man.
You watch the comments. When this comes out, guarantee you. But so you don't trust. Elaborate on that. You don't trust people's creativity.
So rappers. So I'm not just a rapper, right? Like if you hear the music that I listen to, like it's just all over the place. So I'm fearless when I create music. It don't always sound good if I'm just trying an idea. I know it doesn't always sound good, but I'm just trying an idea. Yeah. So I'm fearless when it comes to making music. I'm not in a box. So I'm trying different stuff. You as a person collaborating with me might not feel comfortable doing that. So
I see where you're going.
Sometimes if I don't really trust your creativity, it sounds negative, but if I don't trust your creativity, it doesn't mean I don't think you're creative. It means I don't trust your fearlessness yet. I don't think you're fearless yet.
Okay.
So if I don't think you're there yet, I may do it for you and push you along. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So it's more of it's like I'm pushing you. Yeah. That's what it really is. Yeah. So most people that are collaborating like that, that's typically what I end up doing. I end up doing it for them, you know, and they usually like it because they're like, wow, I like that. That's what I wanted. But you know what I'm saying? They themselves, if they were by themselves, they might not have been able to pull that out of themselves. So, you know, that's the type of artist. That's what you get when you say you want to collaborate with Royel. You're not just gonna get a 16. Yeah. You know, I like to put my foot on a song. Like I like to really every piece of it. You know what I'm saying? So, cause I look at myself as a writer. I'm an artist, but most writers like when you think of people like Babyface, and I'm not saying I'm anywhere near where these guys are. You know what I'm saying? But like a Babyface, a Dream, like they touch They touch generations with music. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much of their influence sprinkled over all these artists. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I mean. Like I want a good product at the end. I don't just want me doing a 16, you doing a 16, and we collaborated. Good job.
So you're into it. Okay, me and you, we get together. You're in it to get the best record of us working together that we can get.
Yeah.
And that comes along with you may have to take charge of that.
I might have to lock myself in a room without you around.
Have you ever rubbed anyone the wrong way by doing that?
Well, you just let my secret out. Most people don't know I do that.
I can edit this out if you like.
No, yeah, most people don't really know I do that. They just think that I'm very ambitious and he's got songs ready.
But you're actually
I'm actually on my head like, I want to do that.
I have no idea. Yo, thanks, man. It's good working with you. Yeah. That's funny. Has there ever been a time where you collaborate with another artist and they wanted you to work on something that, let's say, you wasn't really feeling per se? Like, I'm not really feeling the beat. I'm not feeling the vibe. I'm not feeling the concept of the record.
It happens.
But you still just go do it.
It happens. I don't do it.
Really? How do you tell? Like, you know,
I send them another idea
that you like it.
Yeah, they hear it.
And what if they don't like it?
Most people do. Like seriously. Most people are like,
they don't turn down your ideas a lot.
The people I've collaborated with, not not really. What happened? The reason I'm saying that because most of the people. Now I'm talking about people that reach out to me. I'm not talking about people I reach out to. It's a different story if I'm reaching out to somebody because I'm reaching out to that person because I probably like what they do. You know what I'm saying? Creatively. Yeah. So I might be a lot more lenient with how I go about that situation. Somebody reaching out to me, typically they in their mind already have an idea of what they think.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I do, or the type of beats that they think.
Yo, Royel, I want you on this hook.
Yeah, like somebody asked me like to sing a hook or something like that. Like they already in their mind have some type of idea of what they think. You know what I'm saying? Who Royel is, but they don't realize like how like no, you really don't know who Royel. You know, there's a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that's when I'll hit them with it, like, oh damn, I know you can do that. I like this, you know, it's cool, okay, yeah, because that's a collaboration to me. Like, let's just.
So it's not necessarily like if you're not feeling what they're bringing to the table, you're not being malicious or mean. Like, yo, fuck yeah, no. My shit is better. No, you're like, you know what? I got something that may work better than what you have in mind.
Yeah.
And that's when you bring it out.
Yeah, it's never nothing like
fuck your shit.
Nah, because I notice when people try to do with me, like I said, they already have their preconceived notion of what they think I like, and then they're a lot of times they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? So they might hit me with something. It's not. They don't even know if they really like it or not. They're just hitting me with something because they think that's what I fit on. You know what I'm saying, or something like that. And it's like. No, that's boring. Like, yeah, like and oftentimes they hit me with something like boring or like, dude, now if we gonna go there, let's go there. Let's go. You know, let's go in. You know what I'm saying?
You're not afraid to push that envelope. You'll take it there.
Nah.
That's good. Speaking of pushing the envelope, with your music, is there anything that you won't talk about in your music?
Just broad, like anything, period.
Yeah, like it's stuff that you I will not talk about that. That's not what I do.
Sheesh, man. Like,
it could be topics.
I won't.
Certain words you won't say.
I won't. So, I won't talk about what I won't talk about is like I see sometimes people be playing around like with like devil stuff and like crap like that. I won't play around with shit like that, like, okay, because I truly like that's just like, nah, dog. Like I can't go there.
Devil worshiping,
yeah, shit like
Illuminati
that.
talk,
yeah, stuff like that. Like that's something I won't really. You know, there's a way to be creative. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And sometimes people are doing that. They're being creative, but they don't really mean what they say. Mm-hmm. But I won't do that.
So that's a no for you.
Yeah, like that's probably a no for me. The other thing I struggle with, somebody told me, they said, dude, when I hear your music, man, I don't understand how you're so open. They said they themselves could never be as open as I am with my music in terms of like family situations, being vulnerable. So stuff like that is tough for me because I owe it to people to be vulnerable. But sometimes me doing that, like I just talked to y'all about my mother, you know what I'm saying? Like that's still my mother at the end of the day. And I'm putting her business out there. I always juggle and struggle with that. Like I owe fans, I owe the listener the truth, the realness.
Exactly.
That's what I decided to do with my life. So I might offend a lot of people in that process. You know what I'm saying? That's a tough decision for me to make. Always. It's never easy.
So you still battle with that today?
I will always battle with it, yeah.
Do you think you'll ever find a middle ground with it?
Nah.
You think it'll be a constant battle?
Nah, I couldn't really. Nah, it's tough. Nope.
0. Have you made an effort to try that?
It won't be. it won't be as impactful. I have to tell you the truth because I won't do justice to the world. Like my music is not just to be listened to. Like some rappers are punchline rappers. I can do punchline. Don't get me wrong, I can do everything. I'm the type of rapper like I said. I want to hit the part of you that you don't show to the world. So in order for me to do that, I have to open up about myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say a girl was like molested or something like that. That's a taboo topic. People don't want to talk about it. I might talk in my music about a family member that was molested or something like that. So I'm exposing my family and me and my situations, but I'm really doing it so when you listen to it, you know you're not alone. You know what I'm saying? You know that this is a real situation. And that's the stuff I feel like can help people. You know what I'm saying?
It always seems like that people call it reality rap if they would to categorize it. It always seems like that's the most impactful for the listener.
Yeah.
When they're just at home or they got their headphones on or they at the gym and they run on the treadmill and they got their headphones on and it penetrates.
That's perfect word. Like that's the type of artist I am. I can be on a record and be like, let's save the world, you know, to make it a better place, all this type of crap.
Peace, love.
Peace, love. It sounds good. It's no, like if I'm gonna really help and solve your problems, like I need to creep into you. You know what I'm saying? The part that you don't let nobody into.
Right.
And you just let me in through your headphones. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And for you as the artist, that forces you to dig deep within yourself. I have to bring that out.
I have to sacrifice and expose myself in order to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the piece of it. Like, so you might hide behind it with everybody else, but like I'm in your headphones. I'm talking about it. I force you to think about it.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what you get when it comes to me. So that's the biggest changes I think you can make with a person is when nobody's around, when it's just them in them four walls and they dealing with truth and reality or whatever they dealing with.
Yeah.
Like that's when I want to hit you.
Yeah.
That's when I want to, you know.
And I'm just thinking about it. It seems like it's amazing where you can make, you know, your music and not know someone from wherever they're from.
Right.
And they needed that. And you have no idea that person needed it. You just I'm pouring my heart out.
Right.
I'm releasing this. Hopefully it touches someone.
Right.
Somebody out in Europe.
Yeah.
Send you a fan mail. Thank you so much for making this record. I really need you. Like, oh, I was just giving you me. I wasn't. Yeah. I didn't know that.
But I'd be lying if I said I didn't know. I don't know, obviously. Like, but I mean, like, I personally, I believe that we are all very similar. I think we're different in how we go about and handle everything. Yeah. That's what makes us different. But I think when it comes to what we deal with, I think there's a lot of similarities, more than people like to admit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They say music is everyone's language, huh?
Yeah, man. That's a good way to put it,
yeah. Let's take a break. When we come back, I want to talk creative culture.
All right.
Some other things and some more good stuff right here on Cloth Talk Podcast. Royel. Yo.
Screaming out for all my people caught in the struggle with no solutions. All my people hugging the block, they be crying at night cause they don't know what it's like hugging they pops. I feel it though, shit, I've been there. Been in a jail cell too and I don't wanna see none of my niggas in there. But I ain't trying to glorify the life, just can't ignore a million people in prison, only a fraction of a white. But y'all don't wanna hear that. Y'all wanna hear how I ran up on him with the strap and put his brains in his lap. That's that shot rack. shit you wanna hear from last year. This shit we tryna bring the peace back. So shout out to my lords, gang. Kenny on the west, but it's Cleveland when you see that C on my ball cap, specifically the Mac. Yeah, that first block made me what the Maple nigga sent me from the trap. Text my mother, where you at? I copped the call for you, Kiki got the keys and she parked it in the back. Grab a stack like whole lat. But the rubber bands will never be enough to pay it back. I pray for the day I say that. I pray for the day my brother cured from lupus and I see him pull up in the Maybach. A big dreamer, pull up in a drop with a bitch that look just like Selena. Girl, that pussy Aquafina. Dripping down the leather seams, Van I key that cooler like Serenas. We just tryna live. Somebody tell that cop we don't mean no harm. We just tryna take care of the kids. Cause I know you think we had the same opportunities you did. Know you think you know how it is to have no food up in your fridge. I know you think you know what it's like having no lights, walking to school every day in fear of a fight. I know you think you know how hard it is to get a job with a felony and still try to live a decent life. And I ain't tryna knock nobody out here living right. Just shoot 400 years behind if your skin color ain't white. But I'm not tryna preach, I'm just tryna teach something to my sisters and my brothers other than defeat. Wanna be the one that say you strong when they say you weak, the one that call you beautiful when they try to say you a beast. Know you tryna get high, nigga. Ain't tryna kick your vibe, just tryna kick a few words to help you survive, nigga. Like Will, why you died, nigga? Pass the Henny poured in the street, yeah, RP for my niggas. Not a conscious rapper, I just care. Plus I know what it's like, living life for sometimes it's like no one there. And Lord knows this world don't be fair. And Lord knows these hoes be as fake as they hair, fake as they ass, fake as they breast. You know I still smash, what you expect? A nigga was mad, got him upset. Told him my bad, the pussy was wet. Lot of them rap, but I'm the best. But I stay on the humble, so I don't flex. That nigga gon' hate, cause he be stressed. I pay him no mind, why they pay me in checks. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Royel, nigga. I'm good.
All right, we're back. Cloth Talk Podcast. Royel,
Yo.
is in the building. I keep saying in the building. I'm in your building.
You're not in my building, technically. It's a studio.
That's the studio that you use.
Jeff Tice building.
We're in here. All right. Let's talk about creative culture. I've been seeing this imprint all over your website, your social medias. What's creative culture? Talk to me about this.
Creative culture,
Yes.
is so obviously literally creative culture.
Yeah.
So what it is it is actually a publishing / marketing / branding company.
Is this something you started? Is this
Yeah,
your
I
baby?
started in partnership with some other people.
Okay.
So basically, it's kind of like a one-stop shop for everything I just mentioned. I'm obviously one of the clients on it.
So your client is /owner?
Yeah, /owner.
Must be easy to work.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll shoot a visual today.
So that's what it is, obviously, literally. But in terms of what it stands for, it's pretty much that simple. It's just creative culture. I mean, it's really that simple. It's just something to push creativity, and just kind of challenge people to kind of stay creative. I know with music and a lot of different other art forms, they try to put stuff in a box, you know what I'm saying, or brand it. Like, when we thought about creative culture, like, initially we were trying to figure out, like, what would be a name, like, for this type of thing, and we were kind of scared to use certain names because we didn't want to get pigeonholed, like I don't know, like if we named it Money Records or something like that. Oh, these niggas must be rappers, or you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, like we were trying to be bigger than that, so we just kept it real simple, just creative culture. So and it wasn't just music, it's like in all aspects. Whether it be acting, whatever you do, it's just about pushing creativity. that's to the masses. That's all it's about.
So this is something that people could be a part of.
Yeah,
Like if you discover someone like, oh, that person's dope.
Yeah,
and you can bring them in.
Yeah, you can bring them in. We'll right now, I won't say sign them. We're not acting as a label right now. Yeah. Eventually, that is one of the steps.
Yeah. More so like a hub or a conglomerate.
Yeah, because when you operate as a label, typically you have to sign the person. They have to be exclusive to you. We don't operate that way. It's more, we're a service. You know what I'm saying? We provide guidance, we provide certain things to artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not for free, but
so there's membership.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what I'm saying? Like we would provide that for that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Eventually we do want to get to a point when we got the machine and we got the right stuff in place to start signing people and acting more as a label. But right now, just more of a publicist, you know, and a marketing and a branding agency.
Yeah. And when did Creative Culture start? Was it 3 years ago? Is it
maybe
still
I guess
early?
you could say it's still a little early. Maybe the concept maybe 3 to 4 years ago.
Okay. 4 years ago.
Just actually starting to get it off the ground probably 2 years ago.
Okay. I want to talk about your Cleveland Cypherverse.
Oh, you heard that?
Yes, I heard that. I told you, man. I don't miss nothing, man.
You made me happy, man.
I watch everything, man. I'm watching.
No, I'm saying that because you're from Philly, so a lot of times certain stuff I know specifically is geared towards Cleveland, so it'd be cool where other people be hearing it in different areas and stuff like that. So that's cool.
Yeah, I'm a person that I just like to follow dope stuff that I feel it's quality. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't seem like it's quality, and I don't get like this artist is not putting his all or her all into, I won't spend time with it. I'll check it out. But if I see you're fully invested in what you do, you got my support forever. Because it'll mean something. Yeah. I'll buy tickets. I'll buy stuff to your shows. I'll purchase. I bought your single. Which
if they fully invested, you fully invested.
Hey, that's right. If you got my stamp, you good.
That's what love. That's love, man.
Yeah. But Cleveland Cypherverse. And who are the other gentlemen? I want to shout them out because they did a good job as well.
So there's that's one of the dudes was Gates 216. You can check him out. It's a shout out, nigga. Gates 216.
Shout out to Gates.
Other dude is B Coles.
And
I'm trying to remember I forgot what his IG is. It's like I forgot B Coles L or something like that. He, that's like the whole Moorish thing. So L, whatever. But you from Philly, so you probably know all about that.
Yeah.
But and the other dude was P.O. Perry.
P.O. Perry.
Yeah.
Okay.
P.O. the CEO.
How did y'all put that together? Whose idea was that? Was it DJ New Era?
So it was more just a couple of us had been talking about doing something like that, and we just put the word out there and just got whoever wanted to be involved. You know what I'm saying? I could hop on. And New Era was just like the right guy to
put it all together,
and put his stamp on it. So that's pretty much it. It's kind of more spontaneous. Like, let's do something dope like that.
So that's how it just grew organically that way.
Yeah, you just hit people up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I see you work. You know what I'm saying? You want to do this? Cool.
Now, for those who haven't seen this or have not seen the video, who idea was the shooter on the roof?
That actually, so I wanted a dope setting for it, but I couldn't figure out where to do it. So I hit up one of my bros, and he actually used to live there, and he's fucking scoundrel. He still has the key to the place, but he doesn't live there, so he still can sneak. We actually today can go up there and have a party without even living there anymore. So we actually snuck up there and shot that video.
Really?
Nobody was living there. He just has the key. We stuck up there and shot the video.
So that's how y'all ended up on there.
Yeah.
So y'all did it real quick. Y'all got out of there.
Yeah, you just made me think about that. That we weren't even supposed to be up there.
Oh my goodness, man! Yo, if y'all have not seen the video, what should they type in to see this? If they want,
you can just go to
crazy.
YouTube and search DJ New Era, NUERA. DJ New Era, and then you can put Royel, ROYEL, and you can probably put a Cypher or something like that in there, and I'm sure it'll come up.
That's crazy. Now, who's did y'all decide the order that y'all supposed to go in like that? Was that calculated or was that spontaneous?
No, that was more like, I guess, a little bit more spontaneous.
Okay. Back to your verse specifically. How long did it take you to craft that?
Talking about the Cypher?
Your cipher verse.
So that's a clear cut example of me like fuck it, I'm about to challenge myself.
You just made pause. You unloaded, dude.
Oh, pause all the way. No.
I'll edit that out. You took it there. And I was like. I couldn't. You rapping like a million. Like you start off like you hit that gear quick. Then you went into the second level. I'm like, yo. I'm like, what the fuck? And your breath, you didn't like. I'm like, this dude is nuts right now. I listened to it like 5 times just to understand what you was saying.
Yeah, that. So initially. I wanted to challenge myself like I always be trying to challenge myself like, and that Outkast beat, like
classic beat, by the way.
If I chose a beat from Outkast, I was like, man, I gotta really do something. Like I gotta go in. But I wanted to say something while I was, I wanted to actually have something I was actually saying. You know what I'm saying? Not just be random words. I actually wanted to have a message in what I was saying. Mm. So that I just had to put together. Just had to put it together, and it did. It took. I ain't gonna front. It took me a couple takes. I ain't gonna front to y'all like that. It did take me a couple takes.
Y'all gotta see this.
I was. Yeah, that was dope. I did have fun doing that.
Man,
I wanna actually record it. See if I can put that on.
You didn't actually like lay that down in the studio?
Mm-mm. I gotta put that on.
You just did
wax.
it there?
Yeah.
At that video?
Yeah. I gotta put that on wax.
Please. Please put that on record. Man, MP3 something.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Were you impressed with yourself after you done it? When you watch it back, like, I did it, or like, God damn.
I won't say surprised, but I do get excited when I hear myself afterwards, like LeBron watching a film. I'm not equating myself to LeBron like that, but like I know how like a person, like you would think LeBron is the greatest basketball player in the world. You wouldn't think that he would get excited, but I'm sure when he watches his film, he's like, oh,
yeah.
Like I did that dunk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He might not let you know it. He might be like, yeah. So,
right.
But yeah, I watch. I'll replay it a couple times. You know what I'm saying? So
needless to say, you was impressed with your work that day.
Yeah, I was impressed. I was impressed with the whole thing. I was just impressed with me being able to creatively put the words together and still have a message and still be able to wow people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was the goal, and I'm glad I hit my goal. You know
the black teardrops. I told you I don't miss nothing.
Oh my god, this nigga bro. Man.
Could we talk about that?
Yeah, it's gonna get serious with those black tears too. So be thankful that you're the first interviewer to ask me about that.
That's coming back.
Yeah, those tears are gonna be pretty permanent pretty soon.
Permanent.
Yeah. But
yeah, where did that come from?
The tears. So So the tears are really I'm trying not to get super deep on y'all, man.
So these teardrops have a deep meaning.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying so hard not to go there with y'all, man.
You think
I don't want to kill y'all.
Go over the head type?
Yeah, it's just black tears, man. Like it's basically the simplest way I can say it, and it's probably gonna sound corny right now until you get it, but it's really a reminder to you, the audience, that just because you see me having fun, just because you see all this stuff happening, there's still black tears. There's still people struggling. You know what I'm saying? I still struggle. Like, there's still tears. You know what I'm saying? The best way I could explain it is like, if you ever heard the phrase tears of a clown. Mm-hmm. The clown is always entertaining you. He's making you laugh. He's doing all these things, but he has tears. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's still something deeper going on. So the tears for me are a symbol of everything that's kind of going on with myself, my people, my race, everything. Because I feel very guilty. If I was being totally honest, I feel very guilty. And it's a choice. I know I'm making a choice. I feel very guilty pursuing music when I'm brilliant. I'm not talking music. I am, good with music, but a brilliant person. I'm driven. I know I can get something done. Imagine if all the other artists in the world took that same energy and put it towards something positive, like being a teacher or something like that. Imagine if we did that, how much of a change we'd be able to make. So I'm choosing not to do that, and I do feel guilty about that because I have a gift and I'm using it for music just to entertain, when I really could be using that same energy to like save the world or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So those tears are like a reminder to you and myself, like don't ignore the tears. Like, I know you see all this other stuff going on, yeah, but don't ignore these tears. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah.
Wow, that's loaded, man. I would expect that, but I'm glad. That's why I asked. I was like, there gotta be a reason he put those tears there. So they, for you, symbolize not only, I'm an artist, I'm doing something that I love, but at the same time, you're recognizing the world we live in. Yeah. That's deep. So they're coming back.
Once some things happen, this it sounds so crazy. I know people be like, this nigga selling his soul or some weird shit. No, nothing like that. I just mean, like, when stuff it's going right now. Yeah. But when it get like you know what I'm saying? Like,
we're gonna see it.
It's gonna be there for full display.
Full display. Wow. Yeah. How did you come up with the idea of the tears? Did you have other ideas, just something to symbolize and represent? What you just explained.
Nah.
Was it always the tears you had in mind? Like,
I wouldn't say tears. Always. I just, I'm. Like, y'all motherfuckers think I'm playing around with this shit, bro. Like, I'm creative to the core. Like, not just music. Like, I can't turn my damn brain off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
24/7. Your mind's just
7. Like, so when it comes to the music, like, I'm just like, music is not. It's just not enough. Like, everything has to be on on that creative juice, like energy. The way I dress. Yeah. Like symbols, like my videos, my image, my music, like this is all my canvas. You know what I'm saying? I treat it that way. Yeah. So I won't just limit myself like with just music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's all a piece of the puzzle.
Yeah. It's dope. I want to talk about, if we can, that the short role you had in that movie, that short film.
Man.
So, what's the character? Give me the movie. Give me the whole.
So first of all, shout out to SK, Creative Films, and basically shout out to DJ Step One, who's putting that together. I forgot. I might butcher the name, Steph. I'm sorry, bro. I can't. I'm trying to think of it right now. maybe I'll post it to the bottom. But basically, it's a filmmaker that's coming up right now. So basically, here's how the story is.
Yes.
So if you ever follow me on my social media, I am very like freaking radical. Like I be saying some off the wall stuff. Like people be calling me a troll, but like I be trolling the masses. Like I'll put some outlandish stuff out there. Like what if white people went through slavery, or I don't know, just like.
Do you do this purposely, like for shock value?
Yeah, like not just for shock value, but like.
Is this you again challenging people to?
Yeah, I hate biting my damn tongue.
Yeah,
because I hate pretending. You know what I'm saying? Like, so where most people might bite their tongue and be like, maybe I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
On a public platform because I might piss off and lose a couple of followers. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Follow me because you love me, not because I'm pretending. You know what I'm saying? So if I lose you, oh well. You know what I'm saying? You'll come back around. Sleep. Yeah. But
they always come back.
Yeah. So anyway, during that whole matter of fact, no, it was Baltimore. When that whole police situation was going on, when they killed that dude in Baltimore started rioting.
Okay. Yes.
So I was going crazy. I was all on Twitter, or Twitter, Facebook, fuck y'all, you know. So
you think your feelings, huh?
Yeah, but I was saying stuff that I know other people were thinking, but that, like I said, they wouldn't say it because they was too concerned with their brand or whatever. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They wanted to keep their friends or whatever.
Don't want to offend anybody.
Yeah, offend anybody. So, basically, Steph hit me up. He was just like, man, like, you ever try acting? You know what I'm saying? And I had acted before. I was like, yeah, you know, whatever. Like, you should try this role. This dude named Mike in the movie. So basically, Mike is like an artist. He's trying to be a rapper. He's frustrated with all this crap that's going on with the police brutality and injustices and all that crap. So he's like me. Like, the dude is me. So it wasn't hard to act him. You know what I'm saying?
So once you got the script and everything.
Yeah, he was a struggling dude, you know what I'm saying? Trying to take care, you know what I'm saying, his girl, and all that stuff. And I was like, shit, dude, you been spying on me or something? So anyway, I thought it was a cool opportunity. So I did an audition for it. And he was like, yeah, you got it, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So shout out to Steph. I mean, he had me on in the thing. It's called the series is called A Small World. It's a collection of different mini episodes that make one big episode.
Okay.
So I'm one of the main characters. Like I said, I'm Mike. I have a series, basically. So one of my friends, basically, he's like a drug dealer, and he's trying to get me involved with that whole lifestyle. Yeah. I'm leaning towards doing it because I got to put food on the table, and basically, I get my big break with the whole music, and that takes off. The dude that tried to get me to sell drugs, he actually ends up dead. So that could have been me, basically, and that's, you know, whatever. But it's pretty dope. It's a cool role. It fits. It definitely fits. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's called A Small World series.
Small World series. Is
this
released yet?
No, it's not been released yet.
No, yeah, okay.
He's done shooting everything. He's trying to right now get some investors behind the project, get some money behind it, so he can shop it around. Yeah. But no, it hasn't been released yet.
Okay. Man, I want to see this. It sounds good, man.
Yeah, it's cool. I got some clips on my phone. I think, but yeah.
You keep showing me off record.
Yeah.
When we can. Oh man. So can we expect more acting from you after this?
Yeah.
More to come. Acting from Royel.
Yeah. I like I said. I mean, that's acting is nothing new to me either. I mean, I damn near dabble in everything, but yeah. If that opportunity's there,
definitely.
Yeah.
If a girl made you choose music or her,
she don't need to be with me.
Just like that.
Yeah, like
that.
That's easy. What
if you really like this?
That's crazy that you that question, if you asked me that question a year ago, that would have been hard to answer.
Really?
And it's crazy how easy that, I'm tripping on myself right now, how easy that came out right now.
She gotta go.
She gotta go.
Why?
Because if a girl truly loves me for me, she's gonna be my biggest fan, period. Like, she just loves what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so she accepts to come with you.
To say that you don't, to say you don't want that side of me is like saying you want me to cut off one of my arms. Like, it's a piece of me. You know what I'm saying? It's not just something I do for fun.
Not a
hobby. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally a piece of me. So to take that away from me is like, you basically, you killed me. So you have nothing left over with a corpse. So if a girl wants to do that, then good luck. I mean, you'll be bored with the leftover product. Like,
oh my goodness!
I'll have no arms.
Right.
I can't hug you now. Now what you gonna do?
So she just ruining herself.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So for, I guess, all the ladies that are watching, they want to know your situation. Is Royel tied down? Is he dating? Is he looking for anyone?
Next!
Are you going to give us I'm married to my music answer?
I'm married to my music, man.
He's married to the music.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
No dating.
That's it.
No girlfriend.
Next!
Oh, man. I cannot wait to see the rest of these comments. They're going to murder you. They're going to tear you a new one. Oh. If we could touch on this lightly, just your thoughts. Indie versus a major.
Label-wise? For me, or just the whole topic in general?
Topic in general. In today's climate, would it be safe for an artist, indie, major?
See, the thing, what a lot of people that aren't artists don't know, unfortunately, a lot of stuff that you assume is indie is not indie. You think it is because you're basically being used in a play with that concept to create an evergreen fan base of people that rock with you from the jump. But a lot of the people that you think, the term, if you want to look it up for yourself, is called industry plant.
Industry plant.
Most artists that are serious know what that is, but most people might not. But that's the term. If you want to Google it or whatever, you want to learn about it, you can learn about it. But a lot of these people that you think are quote unquote independent, like for example, like Lil Pump, a lot of people thought he was independent for a while. He was signed to Warner for the longest. So, and he was, before that he was signed to a subsidiary of Warner, I think too. So, I can answer that as an artist that has knowledge of how it really works, or I can answer that as pretend I'm dumb to it and blind to it.
Let's pretend you're dumb to it.
So if I was pretend I'm dumb to it, I would say that
you're not educated.
Yeah, indie is great if you can pull it off. Yeah, you can be fully indie and not have to rely on support of the label. Yeah, sure. Anybody would love that. But everybody don't got 50,000 to a couple million laying around either.
And then you just magically just start your indie label and you have all the control and all that good stuff. Yeah. So if you were dumb, that's how you would.
If I was dumb to it all and I didn't know nothing, I would say that. Yeah.
Indie. Okay. But you're not a dumb person. Luckily for you, you have educated yourself on how this business works.
Nope, I'm dumb. I know my 48 laws.
You talked a little bit, excuse me, about how you create in your space alone. With that, do you need any vices to help you create? You know, like most people, they need to light up.
Nah.
Before they need to drink. They need to go to the club to get the creative juices flowing. You don't need none of that.
Nah,
Candles.
I'm scared of that stuff, dog. Like, because I don't want to have to ever rely on something. Like, I don't feel like I gotta rely on it. Yeah. No, I don't need any of that stuff. Yeah.
So that never worked for you, or you had to. I gotta drink a little bit before.
No, I'm trying to think. Did I ever try it? recording wise though, not writing. Writing, I have to be sober to write, because I'll just be dragging off the page. But recording wise, if I'm a little tipsy, that could come out good.
Really?
A good product, yeah.
Actually laying down the vocals in the booth.
That's not bad.
It won't sound slurish or
that's the thing, like it might be the exact feeling I was looking for.
It may work.
Yeah, it work. So
okay.
Yeah.
Being that you're from Cleveland, born and raised,
yeah.
I asked AM the Queen, this aka Miss James, the Cleveland music scene.
Mm-hmm.
I asked her about what she think is where it is right now and where it could go. You being a native here, I'll ask you the same question, and your artist here in Cleveland. Because I think there's a lot of talent here that no one has no clue about.
Yeah.
What's missing here?
Money.
What is it? Money. So you think it's a business infrastructure?
Yeah. If you go right now, let's fuck music. Let's take music out of the equation.
Okay.
If you look up right now, all the regions within the United States of America, in the States, this is a fact. You can Google it. If you look up right now, as far as the economy, every single area, majority of the areas within the United States have grown. There's literally one state, one region that has struggled, that has not grown, that's pretty much stayed the same. Ohio. And Cleveland.
That's a fact.
Yes, a fact. Cleveland.
We can look this up now.
You can look it up. So as far as I'm talking about the overall economic growth. I'm not saying there's not poor areas within the United States. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in terms of the economy, the United States, let's say has this imaginary line of economic growth that it gradually has. A state or region could follow that trend. So it can still, if it follows that trend, you can still be a poor city. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just following a trend, but basically compared to all the rest, you're still poor. So let's say that imaginary line is constantly growing. Cleveland is not. Like it's not following it. it's like on a short bus or something. Like it's very slow.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think? What's the result of that?
So,
why is there no growth?
So, most people would kill me for even saying that, but I'm just keeping it real. But what's stopping it, I think it's definitely a lot of different variables. Number one, I think people leave. Like it's when you become educated or when you get your business jumping off, nobody says I want to stay in Cleveland. Like it's just the reality. People are like, shit, I'm trying to go to Miami. I'm trying to go to Cali.
It ain't popping out here.
It's not even the popping. It's just like
there's no jobs, businesses. Or...
I wouldn't even that, but it's just Cleveland is like, man, I love my city. Don't get me wrong, but it's hard nosed. It's tough, man. Like it's not. Midwest in general it's just grungy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a place. It's a great place to be from, but it's very tough to say I want to raise my family. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's that part is kind of tough. So, so that's probably like one of the reasons for it. So, so you don't have a lot of big labels. You don't have a lot of infrastructure. You don't have that industry infrastructure that's sitting here like in Atlanta does, or like even Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I think if I had to say we could be just like somebody, it would be like Chicago. I don't understand why we haven't built up like our lakefronts and stuff like that. Like Chicago, we could follow that same exact model, but we don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why that is. And what's crazy is so much music, so much artists, so much history people don't even know has come from like this region, Ohio, you know, Cleveland, the whole Canton area. Like people don't know it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is here. You know what I'm saying? Because this is where a lot of those people, you know, this is where they started. But everybody bounces.
They just leave.
Yeah, like just leave. But nobody's bringing back. Like if I blow up, I should probably try to come back and like bring some infrastructure or something. Like they don't do.
Will
that.
you come back?
Oh yeah, of course.
You've been faithful to Cleveland.
I'd be a hypocrite if I could sit here and talk about the woes and then leave and not do nothing about. How fucked up would that be?
Right, I'd be like, fuck, where else?
Yeah. So because of that, so like I said, take music out of the equation. That's just the mentality in general of Cleveland. And it's like you get a lot of people that's trying to shine on everybody versus just trying to like help out. You know what I'm saying? Be a part of something. Everybody wants to shine and I want to have more followers than you. I want to look like I'm doing more to you, but we all in the same shithole. Like, what are you really trying to like? We're all in the same shithole, bro. Like, stop trying to compare yourself to other people in your city. Like, we're fighting with a region. Now, that's the infrastructure. Talent wise, music wise, we are next though. We're next. That's undoubtedly. I know that.
It's so
we're on a projectile right now. I know that for a fact. People
must be excited about that too. You being from here.
Yeah, and I know that because I actually talk to people like, you know what I'm saying, like certain people like A&Rs or whatever, and I know what regions they're looking at right now. Like right now, South Florida is buzzing right now in terms of the next. We're on that. We're on the radar. Cleveland is on the radar.
Dope. Let's take another break real quick. We'll come up, ask Royel some more questions, and we'll probably wrap it up. Real quick, go ahead and plug all your social media stuff in case people want to follow you and whatnot as they're listening.
So just go to www.iroyel.com. IROYEL.com. That's all you get from me.
One-stop shop.
Yeah, everything you need is there. Like that's the hub. So just go there.
You can buy merch.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, we'll be right back. Cloth Talk Podcast.
It's amazing when niggas try to convince you that you're not amazing. But I am so track full, Kanye, Jeezy, 808, heartbreaking. And these days the industry gets like a room full of niggas rapping that somehow still seems to sound vacant. No originality, a lot of sound taking. No bars, just a whole lot of sound making. A lot of bass and a whole lot of ground shaking. I spit earthquakes, every verse is groundbreaking. This is a sign of greatness, the sign of patience. This is my lap, I love the sound of when she put her face in. This is the sound of fears when you choose to face them. So much applause, it's hard to hear the sound of hating. Champagne floats, the sound of celebration. The sound of my apologies for keeping y'all waiting. These other niggas on the come up, but I'm elevating past every flight it takes to be considered skyscraping. I salute you niggas, you'll never catch me hating. But if it's beef, trust me, I got the goons waiting. What up, Natty? What's jumping, dating? SOCO, Pound Cleveland's greatest. That's for you Twitter niggas who follow me on Twitter. I would follow back, but I don't know you niggas. Don't take it personal. It's just the way you want a verse to blow. It's hard to recognize who was spread the foe.
Who you are, my nigga. Wonder what happened to Nas and the chicas. No, you don't ball like I ball. I bet you 5 years from now they'll probably forget
It's sad
you.
they'll never get to see Jordan, nigga. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, nigga. I knew the game wasn't the same when they said LeBron was better than Jordan, nigga. Michael Jordan. Jordan, nigga. Michael Jordan.
Cloth Talk Podcast. Welcome back with my man Royel. Yo, representing that creative culture. All right. Groupies. How do you deal with them? Straight in. Straight double barrel. How do we deal with the groupies?
I don't like to use terms like groupie.
What do you like to use?
Nah, like so I
mean, that's what they are.
Yeah, the thing about me, like me doing music and stuff like that, I've already had females, you know what I'm saying? So nothing really, it wasn't a big like change.
That wasn't the department you were struggling in, per
Yeah,
se.
like, it wasn't something that was like I've had girls that I know that really like me, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. It had nothing to do with music. They just liked me, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it was like they didn't really want to let me know, or I've heard through the grapevine and stuff like that. So that's not necessarily something that's new. But like I said, I don't really like to use the term group. Anything that comes with this music thing, like I appreciate every piece of it. Like if that means somebody's crazy acting or whatever, like I take it. I don't care. I deal with it. That's what I signed up for. Like if somebody's humble and just want to show love, you know what I'm saying? I take that. Like all of it is reassurance that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I don't take it like as a groupie or something like that. Like I genuinely like niggas, like it's funny, like some dudes I can tell they'll want to show me love or something, but they won't do it or whatever because they don't want me to think that they dick riding or something like that. And I don't even think that way. It's like, bro, like, nah, if you see somebody doing something, you don't know the blood, sweat, and shit that they be dealing with in the time they put in. So you don't know how much it means to them just somebody being like, yo, that shit was dope. Or like, yeah, like, I'm like, I might not be like all crazy with you, but inside I'm jumping with you. Like, like, cool, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I do it for. Yeah. So it's, you know, there's money that you can give somebody to make them realize they doing what they doing. And there's like just that, like people showing you love. So if somebody's acting crazy and a girl acting crazy, go ahead.
Go all in.
Don't be like on some weird shit now. You know what I'm saying? Stalking me and all that. Cool on that. Yeah. But other than just like showing love with her, that's cool. Like
you accept it all.
Give it all. Like yeah.
That's dope.
That's what I work for. Yeah.
Now you're, as long as I've known you, always seem to be in tune with, and I'm not just sure if this is who you are. You're very fashionable. You stay up on the. We thought I was going with this.
I don't know.
You thought I was going somewhere.
Where are you going?
Go ahead. No, but it seems like you keep up with
fashion forward.
Yeah, like even on your website, you got Kick It a Month.
Yeah,
like. Is that always like? Have you always been into fashion and clothes and stuff like that?
I pay attention, man. Like that's why I said, like it ain't just with the music with me. Like everything, like this is Royel. Like everything is, like it's just part of the package. And I pay attention. Like it's certain stuff I like. I like certain outfits. I like certain things. I like certain clothes. Like. I'm at a point now in my life where I can actually afford it. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go get it. But at the same time, I'm not a label whore either. So like I know how to. I don't have to spend thousands of dollars to find something appealing. Like I know some niggas that'll buy a shirt because it got Gucci on it or something, but it won't be a nice shirt. It just says Gucci. You know, spend a lot of money on it.
They just want that name.
Just for the name, because they really don't have no style. Truly, they hide behind their lack of style with names, and I'm not that guy either. Yeah. But yeah, I like the whole artistic piece of it. So,
do you have a favorite brand that you gravitate towards?
Brand?
Yeah. Like some people are just strictly Jordans, or some people just strictly Nike.
If I had to go shoes, it depends on the situation. When I'm talking high fashion, I like Giuseppe's. If you're gonna compare like high brand shoes like Balenciaga, Gucci, Margiela, Red by Louboutin, whatever. Like to me, like Giuseppe's, they're me. Like it's different than just a name. Like that's a shoe that's me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's cool. Like I like what that guy's wearing. Yeah. Giuseppe's would be that as far as the shoes. As far as clothes, not so much. I'm a very retro oriented guy, as you can tell.
You keep it retro.
Yeah. I like the whole retro thing. Yeah.
What about the fitted hats?
Nah, I go different.
Whatever goes with the fit.
Whatever. Like I might wear a fitted, I might wear a dad hat, might throw the bandana on, might just throw the straight taper. You know what I'm saying? that's really no preference. It just depends. But yeah, clothes wise, I don't really have a specific name. More of a style more than anything. Yeah, retro, fashion-ish. Whatever, stylish.
Will you do the skinny jeans?
Yeah.
You'll do the skinny jeans?
I'll do the skinny jeans.
Oh, man. These fucking skinny jeans. People love to hate the skinny jeans.
Yeah, I'll wear them.
How do you feel about taking some listener questions? Is that cool?
Yeah. All what's
right.
up?
So this one comes from Max. All right. Let's see here. And I think you answered this already earlier, but I'll ask it again. Well, Max wants to ask it. He says, is everything you write about stuff you really lived, experienced, or are you copying off others people's style?
My music, so my EPs, stuff like that, like the stuff that I truly hold dear to me, that's me. Like that's all day me. Singles, and when I'm making just what's what I'm looking for, trendy music, I might copy or like another style. I might like, you know what I'm saying, I might like I might hear like a fucking I don't know, like if it's a Meek Mill type beat, I might try to rap like how I think he would sound on it. Yeah, I'll do that. But it's really just of a challenge sometimes for me. It's more like I like to play around with it. Like it's like I always equate stuff back to basketball. Like it's like, you know what I'm saying, a point guard, you growing up and you are expiring court point guard and you like watching Kyrie, you wish you could cross over like him, so you might fucking try it every now and then until you get good at that shit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. But my, like I said, my EPs and my stuff like that stuff, no, that's me. It's very important for that stuff to be me, because that's my stamp on the game.
That's all you.
Yeah.
Let's see. This one comes from Darnell. Darnell asks, what did you learn how to do first, rapping or single?
Singing.
Yes, two-part singing. Okay. Also, what type of reactions do you get from both? I guess he's asking, when people hear you rap, what type of reaction do you get, and when people sing, what type of reaction you get from both of them?
So if I had to, I started singing before I did anything, or writing, singing songs, I would say. Probably poetry before any of everything. But as far as reactions, it depends on the gender of the person, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of, it's weird, like like no homo, but like a lot of times I'll get dudes like I remixed that SZA
Yes.
The Weeknd shit, and you'll be surprised at the amount of male responses I got.
They loved it.
They like was sharing that shit, like, yeah, this is how we fucking feel, this is our version. Like that was like,
okay, it's because you were seeing like a voice for the men, like,
yeah,
oh,
like
finally,
yeah, it was like, so men, we like to like, we'll like some shit, like I know a lot of niggas listen to SZA, but they won't admit the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's a female. Like,
it's because we want to keep our masculinity.
Yeah, you want to keep your masculinity and shit like that. So, so when a man comes out and he does that, it's like, yeah, I like it. I also like SZA's version too, but I could like it in public now because it's you doing it. You know what I'm saying? So
is that whack to you? Like, come on,
nah.
Man. You get it, you understand.
That's a formula since the beginning of the time that I ain't got no control over. I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do what I do, to be fearless when people won't be. You know what I'm saying? To give them a gateway. So it fits all back full circle with what I do anyway.
Yeah.
Women, it depends on what I'm singing about. I'm trying to think of the song I just did. Women are pretty peculiar with what they like. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they like a Weeknd type of singer, if they like a Chris Brown, if they like a Trey Songz. And I'm not like like I could sing, but I don't categorize myself like as a singer. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like, you know, I'm not out here trying to compete with a fucking, you know, I don't know, Khalid or some shit, or Maxwell or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fans of those guys. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to compete with them. Like, my lane is my lane. Like, I'm literally doing me. Yeah. And if I have to sing, I'll sing. I don't, you know, it's. I'm not trying to be a choir singer. You know what I'm saying? So, so with me, like, it's more about the feeling I create, or whatever. It just depends. It depends on the song, whatever.
Yeah. When you first, you know, started putting your music out, did the Drake comparisons bother you? You remember that?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this before you answer that.
Oh yeah.
I had one of your records playing in my car and I was listening. I ain't gonna tell you when, but like I said, I listen to everything. I was riding and I forget who was in the car with me. But they say, "Oh, that's that new Drake." I'm like, "No." They're like, "Who that?" I'm like, "It's a dude named Royel." At the time, I used name something different.
Yeah, Noise.
Yeah. But I was like, "No, this." I said Royel, but I knew your artist name was Noise.
Right.
I was like, "No, this my homie Royel." I was like, "Oh, I thought that was that new Drake." I'm like, "No, did that bother you?" Those early Drake comparisons, because the duality of singing and rapping.
Somebody saying that I sound like Drake then didn't bother me. What bothered me is somebody doing it because they genuinely they don't like me. You know what I'm saying? And they're literally trying to disqualify me, and they're trying to latch on to anything that they can latch on to. The Drake comparison didn't bother me because I'd be a lie if I said I didn't have a Drake comparison. Like, I'd be lying to myself. I did sound like Drake, you know what I'm saying? Because that's who I was listening to so much. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so it's funny you say that. Like, I don't listen to Drake no more.
No more?
On purpose.
Why so?
Because if I'm a fan of somebody, I'm listening and I listen to him too much, I start to sound like him. Not on purpose. I just naturally start to sound like him. So I have to not listen. I won't listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Or certain people I literally won't listen to because I don't want to sound like him.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
When did you stop listening to Drake? Was the comparisons getting too much? Like,
no,
getting out of control.
No, the comparisons didn't bother me. It's just like,
you don't want that to affect your creativity.
Yeah, like I know I'm better, and I ain't saying like comparison to Drake.
Better than Drake.
I'm just saying in general, like, I'm better than what people are writing me off as right now.
Oh, he's another Drake.
Yeah, like I know that, but I'm not being fair to myself and them by constantly giving them that. I have to show them who I truly am to the core, and I won't be able to do that unless I separate myself from that.
No more Drake.
Yeah, so I won't listen to him. Like, don't get me wrong, I might catch wind of a song if it's a popular song.
But you're not actively going to
I won't go
Drake.
Download a Drake album. I won't do none of that. Like,
none.
Nope.
If it's on
any popular rapper, Kendrick, I won't do that.
Really?
People, because they're like I said, if I listen to them too much, my sound's gonna be affected by them, and they're very popular, so it's very natural people are gonna actually compare me to them, and I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that right now.
Wow.
So, in order for me to develop my own craft, I had to shut off motherfuckers I could listen to them. And I had to, like I said, seclude myself and really do me. You know what I'm saying? So the Drake comparisons, they were accurate. There's nothing wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? They were very accurate. I'm aware of that. Yeah. But like I said, the people, I could tell when somebody's like, yeah, you sound like Drake, or you sound too much like Drake, versus a person like they always have something negative to say about me, period. You know what I'm saying? I could tell the difference, you know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing that would ever bother me about that. But other than that, nah, man, it was well founded. The positive though was like, damn, you're comparing me to one of the best people out right now, which is cool.
Yeah, it's almost flattering in a sense.
It's flattering, but at the same time, it's like a gift and a curse, obviously.
Because you're trying to establish yourself, like,
yeah,
I'm Royel.
Yeah,
yeah.
So, and the rapping and singing thing, only thing that bothered me about that is people that knew me before, like, they know I sing and rap. I've been doing that forever. I was afraid to sing and rap because like maybe people won't take me serious. Matter of fact, Kenny, dude from Chicago, he told me, pulled me to the side one day, like, man, you're gonna have to pick what you want to do. Are you gonna sing or you gonna rap? Because you're confusing me. You know what I'm saying? And I was conflicted by that. You know what I'm saying? Because I would get those type of discussions. I'm like, man, like,
are you a singer or are you a rapper?
yeah, like, what the fuck? I gotta choose. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, why can't I do both?
yeah. So after a while, I was like, man, I just had to block all that noise. I was like, man, I'm just gonna try to perfect me. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
It all comes full circle. This is why you create by yourself.
Yeah. I mean, influences, man.
Yo, no, write it like this way. Forgot it. Piggybacking off what Darnell asked earlier about when you're, no, I think Max asked, are you copying people's style or are you just being yourself? You said in your actual bodies of works, that's just you, your LPs and albums,
EPs,
100% you, your EPs. Sorry. With that, is it frustrating when people gravitate towards one record of yours instead of listening to the entire project? Is that frustrate an artist?
It frustrates an artist. Does it frustrate me?
Yes.
No, because
they're not listening to your entire project. I just like that one song. That's all I like. I'm not listening.
Nah,
to
I mean, like,
they don't like. Yo,
I
listen
don't
to the
know.
whole joint.
No, I can't force. Music when it's good. It's supposed to be organic. I'm not supposed to have to force you to do anything. If a person likes one song on there, cool. If other people gravitate to the whole project, cool too. Like, but I'm probably gonna give more of my attention to the people that gravitated to the whole project because if I gravitate to the person that likes one song, excuse me, I might get pigeonholed to have to make a song that sounds like that every time just to please him and everybody else who feels that way. The people that accept my full project and really like the whole thing or like my whole package, I want to please. Those are the guys I want to make sure I give my attention to. Not cut them out, but the other people out. But like I want to make sure I'm pleasing people that really, really rock with me. That's gonna, because at the end of the day, this thing doesn't last forever. You know what I'm saying? And the people that's gonna be there and hold you down is them people that always rock with you. So those are my most important people for me to always try to satisfy. You know, and figure out who those people are. So, yeah.
Speaking of projects, we were talking a little bit earlier before we started recording about how, particularly in music right now, the game is moving away from albums. Yeah, it's more single driven. They're all about the single. Yeah, a lot of people aren't buying albums that day. Your thoughts, sir?
So as usual, I can play dumb and act like I don't know why that's happening, and I could give you some thoughts on why I think it's happening, or I can be the smart guy who really does know what's happening and why it's happening.
Give us the smart insider guy.
Okay. The smart insider guy says it's all about money in this business. So a person, if it costs you, I'm just throwing a random number out there. Sure. If it costs you $20,000 to a song per song to press up each song on an EP, and you're asking a label to put that budget into that project, and knowing that you might not only make that much money on that project because people don't buy CDs anymore, but it only costs for the one song, one single, it might cost you $10,000 or whatever. Like, it's a no-brainer, which makes sense, you know what I'm saying, to a label. It's just all about the bottom line and them trying to make money. So at the end of the day, it's like, if I put money into this situation, I want to spend as least amount as possible, and I want to get back my return as quick as possible. And a single is the quickest way to do it. I can put all my marketing behind this one single. I can get this single on streaming sites. I can get it, like, I can do a lot more with one single than I can do a full project. It hasn't always, it used to be the opposite way around. Right. And now, like, you know, because people don't buy albums anymore, that's not by accident either, by the way.
I want to talk about that.
Yeah, but because that's happening, you know, and everybody's basically in bed with one another. And I mean, no homo, but I mean like you know, the streaming sites, labels, you know what I'm saying, all these advertisements, they're all making money hand over fist with each other. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, you know, you have to adapt to the climate, to the business climate. So it's not about the artist. Everybody thinks it's about the artist. The artist is just following the climate as it changes. That's just, if you can't adapt though, you won't survive. That's not nothing new. I mean, there used to be 8-track tapes back in your grandma, my grandma's day, like or whatever. Like, it's always been evolving. So to think that it's gonna stop, you fooling yourself and you set yourself up for failure.
Yeah. Going back to that with the albums kind of fading away, when I look at it, just as an outsider being a fan of music, it doesn't seem like there's, like you said, it's not a problem that the artist is doing wrong. If you buy an album, I think most of the time the music is great. It's phenomenal. But I think that the generation we're living in, it's quick. People want, as they say, fast food. They want something quick. They're not going to, it's not like they're going to spend time to sit down with your body or work. They're looking for the next.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
If you live in a hood, right?
Yeah.
And you used to eating a well-cooked meal every day.
Woo.
Right? And then one random day somebody comes and drops a McDonald's right down the street from your house, fast food, right? And the burgers only cost $1. And now you go out and buy a burger because it's quicker and it didn't take
on to prepare.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Whose fault is it that everybody's buying a burger? Is it you buying the burger or is it the McDonald's?
I will blame the person.
You blame the person? See, I blame them. I blame the McDonald's because it's like, because you put that, you made it so convenient to where I always have a decision. I always have a choice in the matter.
Yeah, I'm choosing home cooked every time.
Yeah. But for the person, but you can also afford it. You know what I'm saying? So, but for I'm using that as a metaphor to talk about the music.
Gotcha.
Everything is on your phone right now. You can go get Apple Music and have everything right, or Spotify instant to you.
Yeah.
So why the hell would you go to a store and buy a CD? Why would, like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
We have always been victims of convenience. What you being sold is convenience. You're not being sold anything else other than convenience. That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
So it's convenience, you know what I'm saying, and basically capitalism that drives this whole quick, as you say, consumer industry. It's not the people. It's not the consumer. The consumer is just a victim. We always are victims.
Yeah. So you as an artist, you wouldn't be like kind of like bummed out, like, damn, like y'all love the record, y'all love the single, but y'all ain't giving the album a chance. I mean,
if I get caught up in that, I'm defeating myself. Like, I don't think about it like that. Like,
so you ain't gonna feed it into it like
it's
that.
all me. Yeah. Just as long as you like something, you know what I'm saying.
Like, great news, Royel. Your single got downloaded 500,000 times, but your album sell 100,000 units.
Well, there's a lot of variables that go into that anyway. So
yeah.
Yeah. If my single was streaming 18 mil, that just goes with the trend of what's happening right now. So that wouldn't bother me.
Yeah.
Because I can flip that to album sales. I know how to flip it, but
see, that's just you being a smart savvy business person. Most people probably won't even think out of the box like that. Like, oh, I could have took that route.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Have you ever recycled bars?
Yeah.
No shame.
Yeah. I mean,
I love it.
Any artist that says he hasn't, like, they stay lying. Like, you mean like take bars from another song that I made and put on another song, right? Yeah. Hell yeah. Yep. I'm about to snatch this other verse off this one song I did for this dude if he don't hurry his ass up. That was a good ass verse I made for him.
You blessed him.
Yeah, he taking his good old time. I think, like, sometimes I think when I make, like, if I make a song for somebody, like, I don't know, never mind.
Oh man, we'll stay off that.
Yeah.
Do you think you're underrated as an MC? Because I think, like you said a little bit earlier, a lot of people focus on your singing ability. Do you think you get that credit as an MC?
Well, they only focus on what I put out there. So if they focus on one thing, I'm not blaming them. That's my fault.
They got what they got to judge. That's
Yeah,
all they
that's-
go off of.
It's all on purpose though.
It's all a setup. You always one step ahead.
It's all on. Yeah, that's what I'll say. It's all on purpose.
So you're not mad at that as far as like, all right,
It's
cool.
it's working. What I'm doing is working. That's all I need to know.
It's all about design. Creative culture. Oh man, is Big Sean top 5 right now?
Shit. I hate this conversation.
Top 5 conversations.
Yeah.
Big Sean top 5.
No, it's so hype beast. Like everybody be so. What makes Big Sean like top 5 MCs? Like,
A lot of people put his name in that combo.
but it's like if I give you like, I don't know. I feel like people only select this from this small little pile, but there's so much more out there. Like,
Yeah.
marketing and all type of other shit can make somebody seem bigger. Like,
Yeah.
like you got more to choose from. It's not just the Big Seans, the Kendricks, the Drakes, the J. Coles, the hype beast. Like, I hate them type of conversations. The Big Sean, I'm not saying he dope though. Don't get me wrong, he good. He
course.
definitely. I'm inspired by him. Yeah. But you just throw him in the top 5 just because. Like,
You can't do that.
I don't know. I think about it. Maybe he did. It's not a lot right now to compete with. It don't seem like openly, because a lot of people are a lot more. I know for a fact a lot of people are a lot more talented than they portray. Like a lot of these mumble rappers y'all be labeling, like a lot of them niggas can actually rap.
Yeah.
Like I know for a fact, I know some of their songs in their catalog. Them niggas is actually, sometimes I'll make a mumble song, and niggas might think if that shit blew, you might write me off as a mumble rapper, whatever the fuck y'all call that shit.
We're gonna talk about that. That was actually the next question I was going to ask you. What they call it, a mumble rap versus lyrical rap. Where do you stand on this?
I mean,
Do you think it's even a thing? Like it's verses?
nah, I think people be making that shit bigger than what it is, man.
Another hype beast type thing.
No, like if you know about
That ain't real hip hop. This real hip hop.
Nah, like if you know about music, man, like what the fuck? Like you got like jazz, like people weren't making any words, like people just have sounds and shit. Like music is music, like
Yeah.
so if you trying to say that mumble rap is not hip hop, I could come right back to you and say, well, the breakdancers who started hip hop said that the niggas that was rapping wasn't hip hop.
Yeah.
Like when you started to put words to it, they was mad at y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I hate when people don't do their research, man. Like to say mumble rap versus hip hop, I think that sometimes a nigga that just can't. He himself has put himself in a box and he's mad that he can't rise above, like, so he's just frustrated. Now I will say I do understand people being frustrated with the content of music now compared to before. I do understand that.
Yeah.
Because I mean it is getting heavy with the drug usage. I ain't even gonna front.
Yeah, it seems like it's so much glorification of
Yeah,
popping pills.
But to be
weed,
fair, it's always been glorification of some negative shit in hip hop.
That's true.
But the drugs, yeah,
It's getting out of hand.
I got my reasons for that too. I ain't gonna say it.
Oh goodness. Will you ever conform to that?
Conform.
Yeah. Will Royel ever hop on a trend?
Yeah, I mean, I've done it. I made some trendy music before.
Do you regret it?
Nope.
It worked?
Nah, cause I was doing it for what I was doing it for. It was a one little slot in time. Like, yeah, I make music. I don't look at music like, I guess, like some people do. Like, it's supposed to make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we can get deep, but sometimes I like to have fun too. Like, that's me. Like, that's me as a person. Like, yeah. I'm a very deep person, but I'm also in the club like, pop that. You know what I'm saying?
You like to have fun too.
Yeah, like I've seen drugs. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of drug usage in my family. You know what I'm saying? I got an uncle right now that's homeless. You know what I'm saying? In Miami, living on the street. You know what I'm saying? That's addicted to you know, heroin and some other shit too. So it's definitely a big part of our country right now. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Go ahead.
It's all good. Lyricism in today's climate. I think we're starting to see a balance. It seems like 2 years ago there was this oversaturation of what they call, I guess, club music or trap music or whatever. But it seems like there's starting to become a balance little by little. Do you think there's a place for lyricism in today's climate?
Yeah, I don't. People just gotta open their damn ears. Like, nothing. People are gonna fucking kill me for saying this. Nothing has changed.
They gonna kill you.
They gonna kill me for that. When I say nothing has changed, I mean, like, dude, all you're seeing right now is a plethora of music. You're just seeing more of it. Before, you had certain music that existed, but it didn't have the ability to have the same national attention as this other box form of music that you're used to listening to. Now, everybody has the ability to get their music to the masses. So you got to realize, in America, you have so many different types of motherfuckers. Like, you have a drug addict, you have a drug dealer, you have a Wall Street guy, you have the regular average day Joe that goes to work every day, you have a farmer. Like, you got so many different types of people. To think that one genre or one type of hip hop or one type of music is all that will survive in a country that's full of, is a fucking melting pot. You are crazy, dude. Like, everybody, there's something for everybody, and we have to realize that music has rap, hip hop itself. I'll talk about this. Hip hop has migrated throughout the United States. A person in a certain regions, a person in Cleveland, his experiences are gonna be different than a person in Philly, you know what I'm saying? Or there's some similarities, like with the struggles, don't get me wrong, but it's still different, you know what I'm saying? Niggas talk a different slang, you know what I'm saying? Niggas have grown up listening to different type of artists. We've seen different things culturally. So to think that my music will sound like yours from another region is silly, you know what I'm saying? And to think that I have to sound like you to be popular, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I look at it. If you are lyrical, you want to be lyrical, then be lyrical. You know what I'm saying? Like, only person stopping you from doing that is yourself. There is a market for it. Absolutely. There's a market for trap. There's a market for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to, like, stop holding. A lot of people be holding themselves back. That's what I really see.
You think so?
Yeah. For real. It's a market for everything. Like, there's a Rally's, there's a McDonald's, there's a Burger King, there's a Taco Bell. Like, somebody wants to go to, like, imagine if it was just a McDonald's everywhere. Like, kind of fucking crazy, boring.
No
world this
variety,
is. You know
no
what I'm
variety
saying?
at all.
Variety, like this is the country you live in. Variety.
Yeah, luckily for you, you can do both.
Yeah.
You fit right in there.
Yeah, hey, what you need? Swiss Army knife.
Not the upset conscious rapper. How the fuck Lil Uzi sell 2 million? Got like comment only do like 10K. People get upset about that.
Well, the problem with people, if you want to talk about the Uzis and shit like that, you know what I'm saying?
They hate those guys, don't they?
Yeah, some people do, not everybody. But I think what people, first of all, they make a mistake of be calling this shit rap. Like, first of all, these niggas like are fucking. They really see themselves as rock and roll. Like that's how they rock stars. That's how they really see themselves. Mm-hmm. So, like, they sound more like Nirvana in like XXXTentacion and shit like that. He sound like fucking Nirvana and Kurt Cobain and shit. Like, his whole shit is like Kurt Cobain. Yeah. So, like, if you're not exposed to that stuff, you might not be familiar with what these people are doing. You might just be like, what the fuck? This shit looks crazy. But if you're familiar with all that shit, you're like, oh shit, that's cool. Like, this little black kid is fucking acting like Kurt Cobain. These motherfucking white people didn't stole our culture for so long. These motherfuckers stealing that shit back. Hey, that's the way I look at it. And like, niggas don't look at it that way. They don't get it. They don't think about it that deep, which I understand. But me, I'm like, shit, these niggas been stealing from us so long. Let's get that shit back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So whatever.
That's dope. I think I've asked all the questions I needed to ask, man. Let me make sure. Boom, boom, boom. Hold on. Yeah, we good. That's everything. Yeah. Anything else you want to say to the people who's watching?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yeah. Where can they follow you at again if they missed it?
www.iroyel.com. You can check me out. Yeah, that's it, man.
Oh, I forgot.
What's up?
Can we talk about Civic Ave?
Yeah, so Civic.
Real quick. Yeah.
So Civic, it's a small street in Cleveland. It's right off 131st. I grew up there as a child, and then we moved to Maple, which is another area. It's still on the east side, and that's pretty much what it is. But Civic, it's just part of the east side. You know what I'm saying? It's a small area by Bartlett, around the Kinsman area. If you're familiar with that, that's pretty much it. Nothing really to know about. I mean, come to Civic.
Come to Civic. Friendly, inviting neighborhood, I assume.
Civic. If I was to keep it all the way G, Civic is one of them streets like it's in the hood. It's in Cleveland, but all old people stay on the street, so nothing happens on the street. Everything happens around the corner. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you might hear gunshots around the corner. You won't hear it on Civic because some old lady might come outside flipping the hell out, like what the, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So Civic itself is actually not a bad street. It's the areas around it, like the Kinsmans, the fucking the Dubs, like the Leonard Craves, 123rd, all that shit. Oh, that surrounds it. You know what I'm saying? If you go a little further up, 116th, like those areas are bad and they're right there. You know what I'm saying? But Civic itself is like a drop right then and bam in the middle. But it's not nothing too bad there.
Yeah. One final question. I promise we done. After this. Do you feel like, well, not pressure, that you have to be the next guy up from Cleveland? Now, you always explain it's a multitude of y'all putting in work out here.
Right.
But for you, do you see that for yourself, I have to be the guy to do this, to hold the torch and take us there and put us, you know?
Nah, not really. And that's because I see so much. I will say I know what I add to the puzzle though. I'm a very big, like, I can say that the puzzle piece that I am on that puzzle, nobody else is that puzzle piece. I can say that.
Really?
Everybody else might not really see that just yet. You will, but you know what I'm saying. As far as like what I bring to the table, I know it's unique, and I know it's a breath of fresh air for my city, and more people like are coming to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, that dude, like I had somebody hit me up the other day, like this dude is what the city needs. You know what I'm saying? Like that was cool to hear. I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we got some people on the rise. I know that what I provide is different though.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm glad I can say that. Yeah.
Definitely. Cloth Talk Podcast. It's Royel. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you leave a comment, subscribe, rate, follow if you haven't already.
Yeah.
And we will see you next time. Peace.
Peace.
Hold on. Wait. Before you go, if you enjoy that episode of Cloth Talk Podcast, do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe and follow button. Also, rate this podcast, share this podcast, and like this podcast. If you are an artist or know anyone who is an artist that would love to get their music played, send that to clothtalk5@gmail.com. Once again, that is clothtalk5@gmail.com. See you next time.